heard the term Queen of Heaven?
Yeah, it's in Jeremiah, but the church started applying it. Well, no, the church started applying it to her. Yeah, that's true. It's in Jeremiah, like it was a goddess that I think the Jews worship.
She went under many names.
What do you mean?
Under many names.
That's Saint Guadalupe.
Yeah, la Virgen de Guadalupe, right?
That's the Queen of Heaven.
You say, yeah, all right. No, I think Semiramis is a goddess, a pagan goddess.
That's what that is.
Oh, this is supposed to be Mary. This is supposed to be
that's
Jesus.
what they tell you.
Mary,
but it's a representation.
Mary and the child. Madonna and the child, Mary and the child, that really goes back to Semiramis and Tammuz.
Right.
That's why they push it. You notice in the Roman Catholic Church, they don't never show Jesus Christ being like 12 years old standing next to his mother. They always show him as a little baby because that represents Tammuz. All right, when you read, what is that, Ezekiel? The 8th chapter tells you about that, how the Israelites were weeping to Tammuz.
Right. Now, if a brother got the picture of Tammuz, that'd make it even better.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Mary.
Brother got the picture of Tammuz.
Mary. La Virgen de Guadalupe. But the reason they call her the Queen of Heaven is because of, I mean, obviously they're trying to separate it, but the reason is because of Revelation, somewhere in Revelation they talk about a woman who, like this one, she was the moon and the stars.
Let's talk about Israel. Let's talk about the nation of Israel. Let's not talk about
But he says she was the mother of
Let's talk
Christ.
about matter of fact, let's get that.
I think it's the 12th chapter. Yeah, I think it's 12.
Revelation 12.
Because in the...
It's not talking about Mary.
All right, like this, Mary. Look, same thing, almost. I mean, it's a different icon. That's
But that's not talking about Mary, right?
No, I mean that icon. The icon is Mary.
Look, you don't know what you're talking about, all right? We're going to break it down. You got a lot of people thinking they know you. The only ones that know about this Bible is us. We're the only ones on the planet Earth that know this Bible backwards and forwards. Everybody else that's teaching it, if you're not teaching it according to us, then you don't know what the hell's going on. Right? Go ahead.
Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet.
It ain't talking about Santa Guadalupe. It's not talking about Mary. All right? Let's talk about the nation of Israel. All right? Go ahead, brother. Read on.
A woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Right, the 12 stars represent, you have 12 tribes in the nation of Israel. But I'm saying the 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. It's all going under the vibration of 12. So that's not talking about an actual woman. That's talking about the nation of Israel, which is known as a comely woman. All right? Israel is known as a comely woman. And when you go, a comely and delicate woman, when you go to Revelation, the 21st chapter, it tells you how the groom is going to marry the woman. The woman's talking about Israel. The groom is talking about whom the world calls Jesus Christ. All right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to
Get the coats around here, man. Get the coats around here, right?
Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Get somebody over here, man. Get somebody all around me. Get these people back.
You don't mind?
Hey, listen, y'all gotta stand back because the walkway got a big slab.
Stay over there. Stay over there.
Get on post, man. Get on post.
They gotta move back a little bit, okay? Yeah, because we gotta have this free.
Go ahead.
Police are coming mess with us.
Yeah, you can move back a little bit more.
I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So the daughter of Zion is talking about the nation of Israel, right?
Right.
The Most High referred to the nation of Israel as a woman.
Right.
All right, you got something, brother?
I got something real quick. 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
This is Paul speaking to the nation of Israel, that how the nation of Israel got to be married to the Lord. All right? Okay, go ahead.
Back in Revelation 12.
See, down there in Mexico, there's a church in Mexico City. You know what these people do? They go from the end of the church, they put knee pads on, because I was down there, and they'll crawl on their knees with their hands like that, crawling to see the Saint Guadalupe. That's all BS, man. That's all BS. Go ahead.
Revelation 12:2. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth.
Now the child being with child, cried, travailing in birth, is talking about, you got that it's in Luke and in Matthew's, when the Romans went around, when the Romans went around to kill the babies, the firstborn babies, the newborn babies. That's what that's talking about. You know, you got a lot of jokesters out there calling themselves trying to break down scriptures. You don't know the scriptures, right? You got it, brother? Read that part again. Go ahead, read.
Matthew chapter 3, verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was...
now I'm going to ask y'all a question. Who's Herod?
The king of Israel.
Okay, what nationality was he?
He was, in the Bible it doesn't say. I've heard that
it does say he was
from some other tribe.
He was an Edomite.
Right, that's I do mean something like that. I didn't know it says in the Bible.
Okay, good. Well, you know it doesn't say that, but if you do the research, you know that he's an Edomite.
Right.
His father was named Antipater. It doesn't speak about his father, and it doesn't come straight out and say that he was an Edomite. But when you go into history and you go to Josephus, like you mentioned, all right, his father was named Antipater. All right? You know what his mother's name was?
No.
Miriam. All right? Dark-skinned Hebrew woman. All right? He had two brothers. He had a brother named Philip, and what was the other brother's name? Philip was one of them. There was another one. There was three brothers that came out of Antipater.
I don't know.
Okay, well, anyway, he was an Edomite. Now, why did he go up and sit on the throne like he was the king of the Jews?
The Romans set him up.
Thank you, the Romans set him up. What did he look like? See, if you know the history, you wouldn't have to read the Bible. You would know he was a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. He looked like a Jew because the Jews are black or dark-skinned. But his father was an Edomite. What color are the Edomites?
If he was an Edomite and he was dark, I guess dark. But the Edomites are from Esau, right?
So what does the word Edom mean?
Red or something like that?
Okay, good. Red. All right, good. Another name for Edom is Idumea. What does Idumea? That's a Greek way of saying, a Roman way, a Latin way of saying it, and a Greek way of saying it. If you go to the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, it gives you the Greek way of saying Edom. It says Idumea, which means red. So this was a red man. His father was an Edomite, but his father married a dark-skinned Hebrew woman, and they had a son. So the son came out looking like a Hebrew, because dark genes are dominant.
Right.
So the Romans set him up to sit on the throne as the king of the Jews. So why did you think he wanted the Hebrew boys, the Hebrew babies to be destroyed? Because he knew from the Magi, the wise men, it was a company of wise men. It wasn't no three wise men.
Right.
It was a company of wise men. Didn't say three. That they told him that they saw the star coming, and that was to usher in the Messiah, the king of the Jews. So he said, look, I want to sit down as the king of the Jews, so we're going to kill all the Hebrew babies. There was a reason why the angel Gabriel went to Joseph and Mary and said, go into Egypt until Herod died.
To get away from the slaughter of the
Thank you. Right. Yeah, but that's why he did that. He put the proclamation out to kill the Hebrew babies, the Israelite babies, to try to upset the prophecies.
Right.
So after Herod was killed, then the angel came back to Joseph and Mary and said, look, you can go back into the land.
Right.
So he was actually born in Bethlehem. They went into Egypt.
Right.
Then they came back to the land of Nazareth.